Beauty is something we all recognize, but have you ever wondered how your brain actually decides what's beautiful? From the symmetry of a face to the colors of a sunset, our brains are constantly making snap judgments about what is attractive and pleasing. But the truth is, beauty isn't just in the eye of the beholder, it's in the wiring of our brain. Scientists have discovered that certain patterns, shapes, and features trigger parts of the brain linked to reward and pleasure. When you see something you find beautiful, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel good when you eat your favorite food or hear your favorite song. One of the biggest factors your brain looks for in beauty is symmetry. Symmetry is when both sides of a face or object match perfectly, and the brain interprets it as a sign of health, balance, and stability. This is why symmetrical faces are often considered more attractive across cultures. But beauty isn't only about symmetry. Proportions also play a huge role. You may have heard of the golden ratio, a mathematical proportion that shows up in nature, art, and even human faces. When something follows this ratio, our brains find it more visually satisfying. Evolution also plays a major part in how we define beauty. For thousands of years, humans have associated certain traits with survival and reproduction. For example, clear skin might signal good health, while bright eyes show alertness and vitality. Even though beauty standards change over time and across cultures, many of these preferences are rooted in evolutionary biology. But beauty isn't just physical. Your brain also decides what's beautiful based on context and emotion. For example, a song might sound more beautiful when it's tied to a meaningful memory. A person may appear more attractive when you feel connected to their personality or kindness. This shows that beauty is both biological and deeply personal. Culture also shapes how our brain interprets beauty. Media, fashion, and society constantly influence what we think is attractive. What one culture considers beautiful might be completely different from another. For example, body shape ideals vary around the world, proving that beauty isn't only biological, but also social. Interestingly, beauty also triggers the brain's reward system in a way similar to art and creativity. When we look at a painting, listen to music, or read poetry, our brain reacts as if we're experiencing pleasure. This is why beauty often feels inspiring and uplifting. Another fascinating aspect is how beauty can affect behavior. Studies show that when people see something or someone they find beautiful, they tend to pay more attention, remember details better, and even treat that person differently. This is called the halo effect, where our brain assumes that someone attractive must also have other positive traits like being kind or intelligent, even without proof. But here's the twist. Your brain can also be trained to see beauty differently. Through mindfulness and gratitude, you can learn to find beauty in small, everyday things, like the way sunlight hits your window or the smile of a stranger. This proves that beauty isn't fixed. It's flexible and influenced by your mindset. So how does your brain decide what's beautiful? It's a mix of symmetry, proportions, evolutionary instincts, cultural influences, personal memories, and emotional connections. In other words, beauty is both universal and unique. It's not just about what your eyes see, but how your brain interprets it. And maybe that's the most beautiful part, that each of us has a slightly different lens through which we see the world. So the next time you find yourself captivated by a face, a song, or a sunset, remember, it's not just your heart reacting. It's your brain working behind the scenes, carefully deciding what's beautiful to you.